Hello, welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. My name is Monica and I'll be your yoga instructor today. All you're going to need is your yoga spot, and yeah, let's get started. We're going to start standing up, and really all you're going to need is a good attitude going into this practice and some perseverance through the tough times. And it will mimic life, and it'll be beautiful, and we'll work through lots. So let's start in mountain, nice and simple. So the feet are underneath you, the palms are alongside you, shoulders back, and perhaps you close the eyes and just settle in here. Just begin wherever you are. And maybe you feel high energy, maybe you feel low energy, maybe you feel bleh, maybe you feel meh, maybe you feel great. I hope you feel great. And if not, maybe we can work on that here. Tuning into the body, settling in, grounding down to the feet. Whatever baggage you rolled in here, it is welcome on the mat, but maybe we can kind of breathe through it, breathe it in and out. And if there's any specific intention that you'd like to weave into your yoga practice, let's welcome that here. So if you'd like to move with some gracefulness, with some positive attitude, whatever you feel like you need some more of right now, set that as your yoga intention today. And then bring the hands to the heart and breathe that in and breathe it out. We're here, we're doing this. Breathe it in and out. One more time. Breathe in some new, fresh energy. And breathe out anything stale you don't need anymore. And then open your eyes. And we're going to start by kind of doing a little bit of cat-cow standing up, but in a unique way with the arms. So I want you to think about kind of bending the knees, and then reaching the arms up, and then opening up the chest. Inhale. And then exhale, bringing it down. Chin comes down, arms come down, curling the spine. Knees are bent. Inhale, expand, lift. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, expand, lift. Maybe smile, and then bring it down, exhale. So you inhale, typically in Vinyasa, you inhale as you open, and you exhale as you go the other way or close. Vinyasa is all about linking your breath with your movement, kind of the marriage of both of those things. And there's no perfect science, because your body is unique, and you just got to move with your own breath today, whatever that means for you. Kind of explore that concept. Let your breath guide your movement here. Couple more times, really waking up the spine and the shoulders. As you expand at the top, take your time. And then you kind of curl, stretch the back of your neck and the back. And today we're going to move for the joy of movement. So this isn't necessarily about getting a six-pack or wrapping the foot behind your head. This is about just the joy of moving the body. That is just such a beautiful gift. We're going to celebrate that today. All right, last one. All right, bringing it back to the heart. So you're at the top of your mat maybe, soft knees, and we're going to slice it all the way down towards the ground. Palms come down towards the ground. Soft knees here, maybe super bent, especially if you feel kind of stiff. And then maybe shake the head yes and no, maybe sway the torso side to side, maybe bend one knee then the other. Find a forward fold that floats your boat here. All right, bringing it to a half lift, hands come to the shin, long spine, chin down, shoulders back. And then bring it back down, exhale. Planting the hands and stepping back to a downward dog. So in a downward dog, maybe start with soft knees. Maybe you'd like to bend one knee then the other. Maybe you find some stillness. Spreading the fingers wide in 10 different directions. Pressing the heels down. And really lifting the tailbone up, lengthening the spine. And then making your way to a plank or knee plank. And then keeping the elbows nice and close to the body, you lower the chest all the way down, keeping the hips up till the very end, and then back down. The toes come together, the knees come together, kind of zipping the legs up. As you lift up baby cobra, maybe lift the hands up. Using your muscles here. Exhale down. Inhale, baby cobra, or maybe high cobra. Honoring your back during this yoga practice. Maybe back bends aren't feeling great for you and you just skip them. All right, one more time. Baby or high cobra or upward dog if that's part of your practice. And then lowering it down, tucking the toes, and coming up and back to downward dog. So I really encourage you to make this your own today, holding things that feel good for longer, skipping things that maybe aren't feeling right for your body today, and challenging yourself whenever you can. So we're going to lift the right leg up, inhale. And then maybe you can reach it up higher, open up through the hip. And then lunging it forward, nice and controlled. And then coming into your runner's lunge here. So that back heel is lifted and you're bending into the right knee. And then let's find some movement here. You're kind of rocking back and forth, maybe side to side, kind of feeling out the runner's lunge here. Maybe find a stretch. Just play around, see what you feel. And then lifting it up all the way to a high lunge. Reaching the arms up, lunging into that front leg. Inhale. Exhale. Find your breath here. Find your foundation. Really bending into the right knee, turning on the glutes, the quads. The back heel is lifted. And then open up the arms to cactus arms or goalpost. Spread the chest open, maybe lift the gaze slightly. Really radiating the heart forward. Good. Palms come to the heart. Breathe here. And then you can stay here, or you can maybe take a little twist towards the right. You can stay here, or you could you could unite the left elbow with the outside of the right knee, taking a twist here. If you're having trouble with balance, you can always drop the back knee. Slow and controlled, bring it all the way down so the hands frame the right foot. And then we'll take a little lizard here. So wiggling the right toes, the outside of the right hand, finding your lizard pose. Breathe here. Finding that stretch in the front of the left hip. You can always drop the back knee. And then stretching through kind of the right inner thigh and the deep part of the hip. And then maybe you want to take a twist open to the right, opening the chest, reaching up with the right arm, and then bringing it all the way down. Exhale. And we're going to step ourselves all the way up to a forward fold. So bringing that left foot forward. Maybe you take a little moment in a yogi squat here since you have the feet wide. And then making your way to a forward fold with the feet hip mat width apart, maybe swaying side to side here. And then flow it up, reach the arms out to the side and up, expand, inhale. Exhale, float all the way down, soft knees. And then stepping the feet back to plank or knee plank. Exhale for chaturanga. Inhale for a back bend of your choice. And exhale to a downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Maybe reach it up higher. Breathe. And then make your way through to a runner's lunge. Nice and controlled. If that foot doesn't make it all the way up every time, use your same side hand to help it forward. Runner's lunge, feel it out here. Maybe you get a deeper lunge, maybe you go side to side. Notice what your runner's lunge feels like. Just enjoy. Okay, and then reaching it up for high lunge. Inhale. Energy coming up through the fingertips. Nice and long spine here. You're doing awesome. Open up the arms to the side. Radiate the chest forward. Smile. And then bring the hands to the heart. Maybe taking a little twist to the left. Or a big twist, bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Keeping that back heel lifted. You can always drop onto the back knee if you prefer. And then bringing that back up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, sail it all the way down to frame the left foot. Coming into your lizard by bringing the left foot to the outside of the left hand, so you're a little bit deeper here. Option to drop the back knee again. Breathing into this hip flexor stretch on the right, and then a hip stretch on the left. Maybe opening the left arm, reaching up, twisting to your left. Breathe. Notice how good it feels to stretch. And then bring it all the way down. And then opportunity here to come straight to yogi squat or forward fold if you want to skip that. Bringing the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Taking a moment here, maybe finding a little sway. And then we'll all meet in forward fold. With the feet about mat distance apart. Again, maybe swaying side to side, bending one knee then the other, whatever feels good for you here. And then reverse swan dive up, sweeping the arms out to the side, reaching up, inhale. Exhale, palms come together at the heart. Take a moment here to reset. So always letting go of the practice bit by bit. So just enjoying it for what it is every moment. Maybe closing the eyes. Palms could be together at the heart or alongside you. Reminding yourself of your intention. Why are you here? What can you get out of this? How can you nurture your body through this practice? All right, so wherever you are, if you want to, we're going to do some wide-legged stuff. So if you want to turn on your mat so you're using your whole mat, or you could just use whatever space you're in. You can either step out or hop out to wide legs. Awesome. Okay. And bringing the hands to the heart. And again, close the eyes for a minute. Keep soft knees. Notice how you feel here. We're not in a rush. We're just taking it moment by moment, enjoying the sensations of each pose. And then bringing the hands to the hips. And we're gonna tilt forward here and go about halfway. Soft knees, feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs. Good, and then reaching it all the way back up. Still soft knees here. And we're gonna go straight into warrior two. So I want you to turn your left toes to face the left, and then the right toes are gonna stay where they are. And then you're lunging into the left leg, reaching the arms open, warrior two. Looking out over the left fingertips or out in front of you, whatever you prefer. Find your breath. This is a warrior pose, so you should feel strong, sturdy, powerful here. Try to channel some of that energy. And then reverse warrior, bringing the right hand gently down to the back of the left leg, reaching up and over with the left arm. Still lunging into that left knee. And then reaching it back out. Inhale. Exhale. Left arm comes gently down to the left knee as you reach up with the right arm. Side angle. Option here to bring the left hand down towards the ground on the inside of the foot. Still keeping that knee bent, the left knee. Opening up to the chest. Option to wrap the right arm behind the back here for a half bind. Also option to wrap the left arm underneath the leg and clasp the hands together for a full bind. Breathe. Notice the sensations and breathe through it. And then if you have that bind, go ahead and release, and we'll all come back up towards warrior two. Strong left leg, you can do it. And then we're going to bring the hands to center and then turn the left toes to face forward. So we're back in our center wide-legged fold, or wide-legged stance. Bringing the hands to the hips and then hinging forward at the hips, folding forward halfway. Soft knees, feeling that hamstring stretch. Breathe. And then inhaling it back up. And we're gonna just dial the right toes over to the right. Keep the left toes pointing forward. And you're gonna lunge into that right leg, warrior two. Bringing the arms out. And then looking either in front of you or over the right fingertips. Breathe. Warrior two, warrior. How can you channel your inner warrior? Try to embody that here. And reverse warrior, light left hand comes to the back leg as you reach up and over with the right arm, kind of opening through the right side of your body. And then bringing it back to center and going straight into your side angle, bringing the right elbow to the right knee as you reach up with the left arm. Good, open the chest, expand. Maybe traveling the right fingers to the inside of the right foot. Open, open, open. Option for half bind and or full bind. Everything's optional. Nothing's right or wrong here. You're just exploring the space. And then we'll bring it back up. Inhale. And then find your warrior two nice and strong here. And then bringing your knees straight, turning the right toes forward, coming back to your wide-legged stance. Hands come to the hips, hinging forward. And then finally coming all the way down, bringing the hands down towards the ground. Wide-legged forward fold. My yogi friend just told me this was her favorite pose, so we gotta do it. Wide-legged forward fold. And there's so many different things you can do here to, change the stretch or whatever. You can walk your hands over to one foot. You can do a twist. So I want you to play around here a little bit. You can always look at me and I'm gonna offer lots of suggestions, but I want you to explore this space in wide-legged fold of what feels good for you. Take a few moments to freestyle, to be creative. It's not any right way to do it here. And we will all meet back up in our wide-legged forward fold, bringing the hands to the hips. And slowly, soft knees coming back up to your wide-legged stance. And then you could walk or you could hop the feet back together. Whew, nice job. And we're gonna take it into just a simple, beautiful tree pose. It is spring, spring is here. You gotta celebrate the trees. So all you're gonna need is a nice, hopefully stable surface to rest that left foot. And then maybe you just start with a kickstand today. So bringing the right ankle the right heel to the left ankle, or the right foot to the left shin, or the right foot to above the knee. And then bringing the hands to the heart. Channel your inner tree now. So what is the essence of a tree? What are things you can embody here? So if you have some movement, some ankle movement, some sway, we see that in trees all the time with the wind. They have roots rooting down into the ground. And they change through the seasons. Oh, what a beautiful metaphor. Take that where you will, and then you can also reach the arms above your head if you would like. Opening the chest. And when I look at trees, I think, oh, they're so peaceful and beautiful. So be a tree. You're doing great. If you lose it, just come back to it. And then slowly, gently making your way all the way down. And then shifting it over to the other side. Take your time. So setting up that foundation on the right. And you're going to either kickstand the left foot onto the right ankle or bring the foot to the shin or the thigh. And then bringing the hands to the heart. Embody your inner tree again. And really be patient with yourself here. So trees take a long time to grow. The metaphor expands. So you're gonna fall out of this a lot maybe. And then you're just gonna keep getting better. Maybe bring the arms, grow your branches above the head. And then slowly, gently bringing yourself all the way down. Shake it out a little bit. You're doing awesome, awesome. So let's come back to our mountain at the top of the mat. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, soft knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Stepping it back. Option to take a vinyasa here or just hang in your down dog. Take a couple breaths. Then slowly, gently, bringing the knees down, widening the knees slightly, keeping the big toes together, and then either taking a puppy pose or a child's pose. So puppy pose would be walking the hands out and then kind of opening the shoulders, bringing the forehead down. And child's pose would be hips back. So decide what works for you. There's a lot of options today, lots of freestyle. Hope you're hanging in there. Find your breath. And then bringing yourself up to all fours. Align your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Pull in the lower abdomen here, facing the ground. Noticing what it feels like to be in this quadruped position. Embracing your inner table. No, I'm just kidding. We can embrace our inner babies here. This is like a baby pose because babies are always on all fours, right? But that's actually a good exercise. Let's do that. So this is really going off the rails. Glad you're here with me. So we're gonna crawl to the edge of your mat. And maybe you haven't consciously crawled. That's gonna be my new yoga studio, is conscious crawling. Maybe you haven't consciously crawled in a long time or ever. We'll go back. Notice how it feels. Going back forward. If this bothers your knees, maybe you can make it harder and lift your knees up. How about that? All right, one more time. Just playing around here. But for real, this is some good stabilization in the core. Ooh, baby. Okay, and then let's bring it all the way down to the ground, sitting, and then bringing the legs out long. Our legs are back. All right, so bringing the legs out straight in front of you. And you can sit in any orientation, but bring a little bend to the knees and sit up tall here. So this is called staff pose. So you're just sitting tall with your palms alongside you, and you're trying to just find this posture. So it's a lot easier if you bend the knees a little bit, or maybe a lot, but if your hamstrings feel pretty fine here, you could leave them out long. Notice if this is uncomfortable or what it feels like in your body. And then bend the knees all the way, and then hug the knees into the chest and wrap your arms. Give yourself a little hug here, maybe bring the head down. Notice what it feels like to actually give yourself a hug. Maybe it feels silly. Maybe you feel like you need it. Maybe not. Just notice what it feels like. And then we're gonna rock a little bit if it feels okay for you. So rocking back and forth on the spine. And I went to a yoga class one time where the instructor said that this is how some monks wake themselves up in the morning. So I tried it yesterday, and it definitely gives you a little pep in your step. A couple more times. All right, coming all the way back onto the back. Whew. And then let's get a little hamstring stretch going. So bring one foot to the ground and then extend one leg up towards the sky, maybe grabbing behind the thigh. And you can kind of do repetitions of this, especially if you feel kind of stiff, and kind of bring the toes in towards your face. This is a great way to get some lengthening back there in the back of the leg. Or you can do a static hold, either grabbing behind the knee, behind the calf, or grabbing onto the foot and stretching the hamstrings that way. So whatever you decide here. And then maybe you'd like the other leg to go out straight, maybe not. Breathe here. And then bend that knee, bring it back into your chest. Open it out to the side towards your armpit. Wiggle the toes a little bit. Wiggle the ankle around. And then maybe grabbing the outside edge of the foot and drawing the knee further in kind of towards the armpit area, or just outside of that. And then the bottom of the foot faces the ceiling. And if you're really popping off of your left hip, maybe bend your left knee here. So half happy baby. You can stay here, or you could do a half, I guess, let's call it bear pose. So extending the leg out to the side, grabbing onto the big toe with the fingers. So that would be a lot of a hamstring stretch, or maybe you just want to stay kind of in this half happy baby. Up to you. Or up to your body. And then bring it all the way back in, and then bringing that foot down, and then bending the left knee in towards the chest, grabbing behind the thigh, extending the leg up. Toes come in towards your face, then down. Maybe you continue with repetitions of extending the leg, or perhaps you want to hold, getting a hamstring stretch. Option to lower the right knee down all the way. Notice how it feels to stretch the hamstrings, to stretch the body after maybe a long day, or after sleeping, whenever you're taking this class. And then bending that knee, bringing the foot, grabbing the outside edge of the foot with the left hand. Maybe you're keeping this right knee bent or straight. And then maybe you're keeping the left knee bent, or work on straightening it out and kind of bringing it out towards the side. So notice if that right hip's popping up. And if so, maybe you need to keep a little bit bend to that left knee. So figuring out what your posture is here that you're working on, getting a stretch, and then bringing it all the way back in. Both knees hug into your chest, and then rock it side to side. And then bringing the feet down. And if there's any other postures or stretches you need here, this is your opportunity to take them and still stick with this class for the duration. Otherwise, let's kind of bring it down together. And I really encourage you to stick with this, because this will wrap everything up into a nice bow, and you'll leave here feeling really good juju. So maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you want the knees to fall together or apart. You can have the legs out long, and then let the arms come out. And just take up space with the body, kind of pop it open, and surrender all effort here. So this kind of corpse pose or shavasana is a posture of surrendering to what is, surrendering to the moment. And surrendering here any control of your breath or your body. We're not trying to control anything here. We're taking kind of a stance of observation. Just being an observer here. Almost like you can float above your body and look at it and notice any, how there's any sensations in the body, any thoughts coming through, any feelings. Just kind of noticing, filtering through all of that information and letting it float by from moment to moment. So you can almost think of this like, imagine you're sitting on the side of the road or next to a highway, and every thought, sensation that comes into your awareness, it's like a car driving by you. And so you don't get into the car or anything, you just kind of watch it go by. So not holding on to any one thought or going super far down one thinking pattern. Really trying to just watch. Like, oh, my mind wants to think about that. Okay, my mind wants to think about that too. And that, and it's okay, we can't stifle that, but we're noticing and watching instead of hopping into the car with the thought. And when you lose that focus, just come back to your breath and use that as a way to unite with your presence. Perhaps the longer you lay here, there's more time and space between the cars passing by or the thoughts coming through, or maybe not. Just noticing, being an observer. If you're ready to move on with your life, beyond this class, bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. Just a quick reminder here that you are enough just how you are. And even if you don't believe that right now, just take that piece of information and stow it away for later. You are enough. And what you do is enough, and what you have is enough. And you do not need to necessarily change for anybody or anything. You just have a deep goodness inside of you. Just kind of store that away. Breathe in whatever intention you began with. Breathe it out. And then taking your time to either rock up to seated or roll to one side, then press yourself up. Take your time. Be gentle with your body. And then closing your eyes once you're in a sitting position. Taking a deep breath in and out. Notice how you feel. Bring the hands to the heart. Bow the chin towards the chest. And take this class today as a sign, as a reminder to take care of yourself today and this week. Finding a couple self-care moments where you actually feel your needs and respond to your needs. Peace to all of you. I really appreciate you joining this yoga community. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you.